Tinubu reacts to Gabon coup, says that the rule of law must not be allowed to perish in Africa. See this foolish that is talking. Who are you to talk about rule of law? What did you do to Nigerian Electoral Act of 2022 and other electoral laws in Nigeria? Are you a legitimate president? What did you do to Igbos and other non-Yorubas that wanted to vote in Lagos and other Yoruba land? Yeah? This person is talking. Look at who is talking. Quite unfortunate. Yeah? Quite unfortunate to hear this man talk about rule of law. Yeah? Who are you trying to deceive? God forbid. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has reacted to the coup in Gabon, asserting that the rule of law must not perish in Africa. See you. You are the next to be deposed. The statement from Tinubu reportedly came hours after the military took over power in the Central African Republic. Earlier, a group of soldiers had appeared on television to announce an end to the current regime and the cancellation of the election that which, according to official result, was won by the President Ali Bongo Ondimba. In a statement which was made by President Tinubu's special advisor on media and publicity, Ajuri Ngelale, he said that Tinubu is working with other African leaders to see how the crisis in Gabon can be resolved. You never see anything. In the report, which was made by China's television, Ngelale said that Tinubu has affirmed that the rule of law and a faithful recourse to constitutional resolutions and instruments of electoral dispute resolution must not at any time be allowed to perish from our great continent. While speaking with State House correspondent, Ngelale added that Tinubu is working very closely and continuing to communicate with other heads of state in the African Union towards a comprehensive consensus on the next step forward, with due respect to how the crisis in Gabon will play out into how the continent will respond to the contagion of autocracy we are seeing spread across our continent. Now, the development in Gabon has continued to generate mixed reactions from members of the public, with several people speaking up against the coup. No, several people speaking up against any coup. The Gabonese are happy, and they are even on the street jubilating for that military coup, the same way it happened in the Niger Republic. So what are you saying? The people themselves are happy with the coup. So how are you going to stop it? Yeah? First of all, with every time they say Ngelale is speaking for Tinubu, so Tinubu cannot speak, Abi. Ngelale has become the total mouthpiece of Tinubu, and Ngelale probably will now be the vice president or the president, by proxy. That is the truth. How Ngelale has just suddenly turned very powerful politically and now speaking for Tinubu. They say Tinubu is speaking. Meanwhile, somebody is speaking for him. And when something happens tomorrow now, Tinubu will come and tell you that he was not the person that said it because he was not there. Go and check record, go and check TV shows. It was somebody else that spoke. The same way everything that happens to him, he puts the blame on someone else. So Ngelale should be careful, because I'm sure he's going to say something that Tinubu will come and tell the public Ngelale said it on his own. He was not the person that said it. That is the way it is going to be. Yeah? So now, Tinubu now is thinking of making sure that rule of law does not die in Africa. Meanwhile, he has murdered democracy and rule of law in Nigeria. What an irony. He does not have the moral justification to say that, because he did not legitimately rise to power. That is the truth. Eh? Look at the number of thugs he used, to instigate electoral violence during the 2023 general election everywhere. Look at the amount of bribery, the amount of money he's spending, buying political figures, political office holders, and civil service holders, office holders to rig his way through, to influence his numbers. So the same person, after massive rigging with the state-owned resources, he's now coming to tell us about rule of law. No, it not work now. It not work. We're waiting for him to go to war in Niger, and then also go to war in Gabon. Let's see how it will happen. And I'm sure Gabon will have support for what they are doing, and nothing will happen. Eh? Help me to ask Tinubu if he obey rule of law in Nigeria. That is the question. I just wonder, maybe he just tested that cook. Somebody say he is panicking. He should begin to do go for Nigeria. He should begin to go, Abi. Nigerian masses to stop people revolting and military taking over. Okay, the government money is for the people, not only for the government officials to do good. This grammar now, wow. But what this person is trying to say is that he's panicking, and it is better, for him to do good for Nigerian masses to stop revolting, or military will take over. That is it. Somebody say your number one offender of that, okay, offender that does not follow the rule of law. All things you do are so far negative. Okay, the man that is smeared in controversy has the mouth to talk about the rule of law. To fill INEC forms was the problem. Ruling with a stolen mandate and with Gloria Bala Tinubu certificate. Oh boy. And this lady is dead. That is the truth. They don't finish them now. Who is he to talk about rule of law in Nigeria? The people of Africa are tired of the autocracy being displayed by African leaders instead of democracy. How can someone manipulate himself in office for more than 2 decades? What democracy are we talking about? That is it. You're not going to work now. Rubbish. How can one family be ruling for 54 years? Tinubu hide your face and comot body. Exactly. You never see anything. Yes, he never see anything yet. He go see, he go shock him. You politicians have made the recent military incursions in African politics popular by the way you weakened all democratic institutions, corruption, and lawlessness. You subvert the will of the people and the rule of law with impunity, yet you expect your brand of democracy, which is in reality a civilian dictatorship, okay, to thrive. No, the people will not watch you and your foreign partners forever paralyze the countries you rule into hopeless poverty. Okay, you make peaceful changes impossible, thereby making violent changes inevitable. Exactly. So there's nothing they can do about it. It go happen, it go happen. Rule of law will kill you there. Okay, do you obey the rule of law? Your eyes go clear, continue reacting there. It go soon, it go soon overwhelm you or overthrow you. You perish it in Nigeria. Exactly. You are saying the rule of law must not perish in Africa, but you perished it in Nigeria. So what are you talking about? Nigeria overdue. Democracy has failed Africa. It's a tool where foreigners exploit Africa using gullible, clueless, greedy, self-centered leaders. For Africa to survive, democracy must be suspended. Exactly. Democracy must be suspended. Start by obeying court orders and realize those you hold in detention against. Okay, and release those you hold in detention against court order. Exactly. You are talking about rule of law. Court has released Nnamdi Kanu to go home and never to be tried again, but you refuse to release him. So what rule of law are you talking about? What rule of law are you talking about? You have reason, you always have reason to do the evil that you're doing, and you're talking about rule of law. I beg. Somebody say, if you really have regard for rule of law, then step down for the winner of February presidential election. Bagam, that is all. So that is what is coming from Tinubu. Talking about rule of law in Gabon, it not go work. Let's have your take in this matter.